The next communication style we're going to look at is the aggressive communicator. These folks, unlike the passive folks, they tend to stand out. This person dominates the conversation typically. And if they're around another aggressive communicator, it can turn into what might look like a debate or an argument. They speak loudly, they interrupt others, they criticize others or blame other people, and they can be very rude or threatening. They really believe that passionately that they are correct and they are right. And they might well be right. That doesn't necessarily justify the way they're communicating that. They also have a lot of ideas like they're going to win or they're going to get their way no matter what you do, and that they deserve that. In fact, they don't mind violating your rights or your boundaries, or they're unaware that they're doing it, to get what they want. And they've been trained through life to be like this, through one way or another. Their role models in their life were like this, and they were always up against it, and they knew they had to be the same strong person to get through that. It's very passive aggressive of me when I do this. But they've learned an aggressive manner of approaching conflicts. These people can often win a conflict, or they think they've won the conflict. They often can get their way, and they can be hard for the rest of us to stand up to. But for them, the problem often is that people don't tend to like them, and it kind of creates a barrier, and they become alienated from other people. People fear them or even hate them, which isn't a very pleasant thing for anyone. And they never accept responsibility well, so it hinders their growth, and it can be frustrating for others. And until they start to accept responsibility for things and learn to be different, it can make it hard for them to mature into a different communication style or a different kind of person. Now, these people are clearly tough characters to deal with in our lives. We're all that person sometimes, though, I'd have to say. If you, even the passive communicator that we talked about earlier, will eventually build up some resentment that they will come forward like this, all in one shot. You won't expect it to see it coming, and it'll seem out of character. The aggressive communicator is quite often someone you see coming. This type of communication, although clearly painted as the bad guy, it can also be more subtle. People can come off as simply passionate and really believing in what they're saying. There's still a way to do this without infringing on other people's rights and boundaries. Even if you're super certain that your point of view is the correct path, can you be 100% certain that no one has any input? So this type of communication, again, often painted as the bully or the bad guy. However, it's easy to be aggressive if no one else is speaking up too. It's easy to push your agenda if you can't hear everyone else's.